Can too many brain injuries cause long-term brain damage? The answer is yes. These brain injuries that can cause long-term brain damage are known as concussions. I hope through this speech you learn a little bit about concussions. First, what is the definition of a concussion? A concussion is a traumatic brain injury that alters the way the brain functions. Now to the symptoms. There are many symptoms of a concussion, such as loss of consciousness, headaches, vomiting, nausea, fatigue, dizziness, mood swings, and confusion. Now to the diagnosis. Say that you have a concussion and you go to the doctor. What tests are they going to run? Well, first off, they're going to do a neurological test, which tests your hearing, your vision, your strength, and your stability, and your concentration. And oh my gosh, you have to restart all over.
Oh, after.
Just wait. Can too many brain injuries cause long-term brain damage? The answer is yes. These brain injuries that can cause long-term brain damage are known as concussions. I hope through this speech that you learn a little bit about concussions. Now, to define a concussion. First off, a concussion is a traumatic brain injury that alters the way the brain functions. Now to the symptoms. There are many symptoms of concussion, such as loss of consciousness, headaches, vomiting, nausea, confusion, and loss of balance. Now to the diagnosis. Say that you have a concussion, you have symptoms of concussion, and you go to the doctor. What tests are they going to run on? Well, first off, they're going to do a neurological test that tests your vision, your hearing, your strength, and your stability, your coordination, your balance, and your reflexes. They may also do a cognitive test that tests your memory, your concentration, and your ability to recall information. They may also do an image test, such as a CT scan, an MRI, or a magnetic image test. Or they may just observe you and keep you overnight in the hospital. Now to the causes. What causes the concussion? Well, first off, the concussion is when your brain hits inside of your skull, and that's what a concussion is. So any physical activity that you could take a blow to the head can cause a concussion, or it violently shakes your head. So with that, I have a little video of what a concussion looks like. Notice how the brain hits the skull. That's what a concussion is. That's a side view, and then there's a back view. Again, how the brain hits the skull. That's what a concussion is. Now to the treatment. How do you treat a concussion? Well, first off, you should go to the doctor, but they're going to tell you to get plenty of rest and sleep, but also to eat a healthy diet, while also trying to avoid strenuous and mental and physical tasks. And they also tell you to ease back into your activities. Don't go all at once, as it can make the concussion worse. Also, now to how to prevent a concussion. Well, there are many ways to prevent a concussion, but these are some basic tips, such as buckling up in the car so that if you get into a car accident, you're less likely to get a concussion. Also, in sports, to wear protective gear, as sports are becoming very physical nowadays. Also, Also, to exercise regularly. This will improve your balance, so you're less likely to trip and hit your head and you get a concussion. Also, you need to keep the house clean, as you don't want to have anything laying around to trip over and hit your head. All of these are great ways to prevent concussions. And a concussion is a traumatic brain injury that alters the way the brain functions. A concussion has many symptoms and causes, but it can be prevented. A concussion, it can leave long-lasting effects, and I hope through this speech that you learned a little bit about how to prevent a concussion from happening to you. And